things from yesterday. So I suppose in a way I want to, not in a way I do, I want to apologise for the way I went about things yesterday. I'm someone who prides themselves on the way I lead this team, and yesterday was a poor reflection of that. My leadership wasn't good enough. I let the pressure of the game, I suppose, get to me. It sort of affected my mood, and then from there affected my performance. So I think yesterday when I came off the ground, my reflection was purely on my wicket keeping. Sort of sitting back last night and reflecting on the whole game. I think I said to our players yesterday, I think I've had a really poor game as a leader, not so much as a captain, but certainly as a leader. I'm a captain who wants to enjoy the game. I'm a captain who wants to play the game with a smile on their face. And yesterday I fell short of my expectations and our team's standards. So I'm human. I want to apologise for the mistakes that I made yesterday. Certainly, as I said, not a reflection of the way I want to lead this team. We've set really high standards over the last 18 months, and yesterday was certainly a bit of a blip on the radar, and something that I felt that I needed to come out and address. Bitterly disappointed with the way I went about it. I feel that my mood throughout probably the whole Test match was probably a little bit off. The way I spoke to the umpires early on in day 2 was also unacceptable. So, like I said yesterday, I've got to cop that on the chin. It's not the way I want to lead this Australian team. It's certainly not a reflection of how I want to do it going forward. I always talk to our players about playing this game on skill and not an emotion. And yesterday, as I said, I fell short of my own standards and own expectations. So, again, not at the time, because as I said, I think I was caught up in the emotion of the game, and I had a bad moment there. There's no doubt about that. So, once I reflected on it, I knew that I'd done the wrong thing. And as I said, it's not something that I want to be known for. I set really high standards for myself, and I ask my teammates to do the same thing. And yesterday, as a leader, I let our group down. So, I thought it was important I came on and addressed that, and I'll address it with the players as well. I spoke to him really quickly after the game yesterday. As I said to him, look, I ended up looking the fool, didn't I? You open your mouth and then you drop a catch. Had a bit of a laugh about that. So, as I said, I think the relations between the two teams have been great. There's a healthy respect. It's very competitive. When it's all said and done, I think the way the spirit of this series has been played 99% of the time has been excellent. So I had a quick chat to him after the game yesterday, but everything was fine. I called him a big head, definitely, in Perth a few years ago. So, and no, I don't. I'm not at all muddled by, where the line is. I firmly understand where it is, and as I said, I think in the last sort of 2.5 years, I've done a really good job of leading this team, and yesterday was a bit of a blip on the radar. So, again, I need to learn from it. I understand that people are listening, and there is a fine line between going too far and being competitive. But I certainly understand where that is. And as I said again yesterday, I was disappointed with the way I handled the moment. No, not at all, Ben. And I'm glad you actually asked that, because I have spoken to Steve about this, and I know he's really disappointed with the way it's come across. I mean, if you've watched Steve Smith play Test cricket, that's something that he does every single game, 5 or 6 times a day. He's always standing in the batting crease, shadow batting, and as we know, he's got those sort of many Steve Smith quirks. So one of them is he's always marking centre. He was certainly not changing guard, and I imagine if he was, then the Indian players would have kicked up a bit of a stink at the time. But that's something that I've seen Steve do many a times in the Test matches and Shield games that I've played with him. When he's in the field, he likes to sort of walk up to where he bats and visualise how he's going to play. And yesterday you could sort of see him up there playing a couple of shots as a left-hander, as if where he wanted Lino to pitch the ball. And one of his mannerisms, as I said, he does it a lot. He was marking centre. He wasn't by any stretch of the imagination trying to change guard or do anything like that. Oh, it's something we discussed a long time ago. As I said, I think the standards we've set ourselves over the last 2 years or 2.5 years, it has been a really high standard, and we want that. We want to set high standards for ourselves. We know that people around the country look up to us and look to us for leadership, and for kids look up to us. We're heroes of kids. So we knew that people expect that from us now, and we understand that that's how it is, and we sign up for that. And as I said, I was the one who fell short of that yesterday. Yeah, absolutely. Even this Test match, I think we played pretty good cricket, probably our best cricket of the series, and gave ourselves every chance to win that Test match. So getting to the Gabba, we take a lot of positives out of the SCG, particularly from the week before in Melbourne, where we were well below our best. And as I said, I think the areas that we can improve from this game are pretty simple. I think it's all about the way we go about it. We're a better cricket team when we're enjoying ourselves. I sensed yesterday that we were a bit on edge and a bit agitated, and that's my job as the leader to be on top of that and to be able to address it, rather than probably adding to it yesterday like I was. So we go to the Gabba knowing that we've played a pretty good Test match. We need to make a few small tweaks, and if we do, then again we'll be right in it to win the Gabba Test on day 5.